Hey everyone, Jengar here. So today we're looking at the Do.335B-2, new German premium added in patch 1.57. We're gonna look at this plane, we're gonna look at what it can do, and we're gonna look if it can fulfill the expectations we have of this plane, and if it's worth your money. I'll see you in the match. Hey guys, so here we are in the match. Now we have been trying to climb, we reached 5,000 meters. The climb rate on this plane isn't spectacular. It isn't atrocious either. It's just average. You know, it's a heavy fighter with the emphasis on heavy. We had a little bit of a mishap when we took off. We pushed the plane to a speed of around 300 and the plane didn't want to take off yet. And the speed went up further, and when we went into the air and we pulled the gear in, our gear ripped off, and we pulled it in immediately after takeoff. So I don't know, a little bit of a mishap there. Now as you see, we're flying level right now and the top speed isn't bad, but it is not what I expected. I thought it would be a little higher for this plane. This Tempest is coming for us, by the way. He wants to go for head-on. It's not a good idea for him. And we rip him to pieces. He came from the furball with these guys. The Spitfire is also not aware of me, and that is the role this plane fits very well, like the support plane that comes in from the edges and makes passes like this. 2 kills in this one pass through this furball. Yeah. So quite nice. We do have some speed after that little dive, 550 right now. Energy retention of this plane is pretty good. It holds its speed well. When you put the plane down in a dive, it also picks up speed quite nicely, as it is quite heavy. And it's very good in a dive, very fast. It just suffers some control stiffening at higher speed, above 750 kilometers an hour. If you want to do some precision aiming, then you gotta make sure that you pre-aimed and that you don't have to move anymore at that point. Because yeah, like I said, there is some control stiffening there. We tried to get some altitude here, as the only enemy in view is this Spitfire. There are a few B-29s in the game, but we also saw some A-26s. Invaders, the C models that were from the event the other day. I couldn't get it myself, unfortunately. But there is 1 or 2 in here. They dropped some bombs early on when we were still climbing. So when I see that the Spitfire is basically unattainable for us with this climb rate of this plane, it is just not... Wouldn't have been feasible to think that I would get there before all those guys that you see he's shot down already. So that was a waste of time if I would have gone up there. We are now looking for those low-flying attackers. I assume they went back to base, and we're gonna look in that direction. There's a 1 B-29, there's another one. We have a little bit of flak here and there coming from the vehicle columns and stuff like that, but no danger for us. We're going pretty fast right now. You see, the lower you go, the higher your level flight speed is. Although at the moment we are climbing a little bit, so we're dropping some speed here slowly. The armament on this premium is fantastic. You have 3 30mm and 2 20mm. It is just devastating. This is the king of head-ons. You also have 2 engines, so if your front engine gets damaged, you always have your back engine to take you back to base. If you still have your landing gear. Yes, and there you see is taking off one of the A-26s. Or the only one, I don't know, there were 1 or 2. But there's one at least. Looks like a heavy fighter. Or an attacker. Or a bomber. Let's see what it is. We don't want to go too close to the airfield, so we're going to give him some time. We're in a shallow dive and the plane picks up speed nicely. It doesn't have the best acceleration, but it is decent, as you can see. We picked up speed, we're approaching 700. I pull the throttle down because I don't want to go too fast. We reach 750 there as we approach the enemy target. 780, 790. Almost 800 kilometers. As you saw the stiffening as we tried to aim there, and we had to adjust and it didn't quite work out. So we take it up straight into the vertical with our 800 speed. This A26 can never pull his nose up far enough to get a shot. Just have to be careful of his back gunners. But we're gonna go straight in. Take it back down. Let the plane pick up speed. Plenty of ammo. A little bit of overheating, but no problem. We're gonna come up from underneath to try to avoid his guns. Try to hit him. Crit and destroy it. Very nice. That's my third kill, and it's also the last plane in the enemy team. Here we go, first place, 3 kills. Let's see what kind of rewards that got us. With a premium account, we have we have a reward. Let's see what that is. Backup vehicles. We have 99,000 Silver Lions for that match, 15,000 research points. With a premium account, like I said, we have Final Blow, Terror of the Sky, and Bulletproof. Nice match. I'll see you in the arcade match. Hey guys, so here we are in the arcade match. We just took off. We are on Spain. We took off to the right side where the bombers are, and we started climbing. We reached 4,000 meters and we're trying to pick up some speed here. The Ju-88 has just turned away from us. We have a Focke-Wulf 190 coming in and a Focke-Wulf 200. Focke-Wulf 290 was looking to approach me, but now he decides to dive away. He doesn't want to go head on with 30mm, which is a good idea. A generally very wise decision there from that guy. This Condor is gonna bite the dust. That's my first kill. The roll rate of this plane in arcade is pretty good. In realistic, it's a little bit slower, of course. It isn't bad in realistic, but yeah, in arcade it is quite nice actually for such a huge plane. And we are trying to identify our next target here. Flight model is of course normalized here and is slightly better in all aspects. So slightly better climb rate, slightly better speed in a dive, roll rate is better, turns are slightly better. Definitely don't want to go into a turn fight with this plane. What I did find out is that the rudder feels a little bit more wonky. You're just skidding a little bit all over the place when you are making normal maneuvers. It is just a slight, I don't know what it is, whether it's a malfunction or something they programmed in on purpose. But you see me wobble a little bit, and that's not something I do, it's something the plane does in maneuvers I normally do with all planes. So here we go. Get the kill on this B-17. As a bomber hunter, this plane is ideal. Its armament is almost unsurpassed. There's a 190 coming. He's slowly turning my way. And he tries to turn into me here. But that doesn't help him. We get the kill on him. You should definitely use this plane as a boom and zoomer. It has the capabilities for that, especially in arcade. But also in realistic, although it is more difficult to get the altitude in realistic. Let's see, what is our next target? We have taken the time to extend. Now we're turning back. We're at 4,000 meters again. And we're gonna put this plane level so that we can pick up some speed. Somebody in the comments early in this match told me this plane was bad. I don't necessarily agree with that. It may be bad at what he is used to playing, but it is not bad if you use it to its strengths. This cloud cover, by the way, is working in our advantage in this match because it conceals us for most fighters and doesn't force us to climb higher. B-17 is coming into range, letting loose with our 5 cannons, and there is no question what the end result would be. There's a Spitfire here climbing up. Keep an eye on him. If he comes closer, we'll put the nose up. We have enough speed. Let's see where he went. He became invisible to me. 190. Oh, sorry, another 190. This is a 109. Let's see if we can get him. No, he turns away, and if you can't do something with this plane, it is maneuvering at low altitude. So we decide to get out of our dive and extend upwards. We've got a pretty steep climb rate here, and the energy loss we have isn't too bad. You see, he said bad plane. I asked him bad. Well, he wished me good luck. I did. I thanked him for that. And he sees I'm doing well, so he is congratulating me with that. But it's quite a nice plane. We're going back in. Gonna find our next target. The enemy team doesn't seem to be spawning any bombers right now. And our team has several bombers on the loose, which is very positive. Enemy tickets are going down quite nicely. Looks like the enemy is divided in 2 groups. One group over the middle of the map and one group over their airbase. But I see this P-63 climbing up, and I take the aim and I destroy him before he even gets a chance to shoot at me, because his nose wasn't pointed up completely yet. Now let's see, several planes spawning in. Spitfire turning back towards their airfield. There's 2 guys spawning in right now. There's a Do.335B-2. I'm gonna go for him, he's very close. We gotta look out though for that Focke-Wulf 190. Take the lead. And that's it for him. The Focke-Wulf could not keep up with us. He is disappearing in the distance. And he decides to go elsewhere. But that's nice, that's good. Gives us the time to loop around again, get our altitude back. We reach 4,500 meters here. We lost our speed, but we have altitude. And we can look for our next attack run. Who will be our next target? We have 2 109s, an N1K and a 190 down there. We're gonna see. We're just gonna dive down and we're gonna see what runs in front of our guns. BF 109 seems to be like a good target. Yeah, we miss our shot there. We extend, we don't turn with him. Straight up boom and zoom in here. There's a Firebrand, 109 and a Bowfighter coming in. P-47 up high, but he seems to be focused on that 109. And I'm fine with that. I'm looping over, approaching these targets that just spawned. And we're gonna make an attack run. Maybe on this bow fighter here. Picking up speed quite nicely. Passing 650 and quickly approaching 700. Yeah, bow fighter dead. No chance. Like I said, the firepower on this plane is brilliant. J2M. He's above us and he's following us. Let's see what he wants to do. We are extending, we have a lot of speed. I want to separate a little bit more before we turn around and go for head-on. I don't mind head-ons in this plane. Lots of firepower. It's not invulnerable, of course. Okay, so we turn in. Let's see what he does. If he wants to go head on. Don't want to lose too much speed because I want to roll away when we get into the head on. We do get close this way with him making that move. And he shoots off our wing. That's a shame. We went 8-1. This was our last kill. Let's go to the scoreboard. We win this match, by the way. Here we go. 8-0. Third place in the team. Had some bombers ahead of us. And one guy who was also in a fighter, but he also bombed a little bit. Let's see, we have 75,000 Silver Lions, 8,600 research points, no other rewards, but 8 kills, only 1 death. Pretty nice, at 5.7 battle rating. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are, after the match. Now after flying this plane in both realistic battle and arcade, I can conclude that it is not exactly what we expected of it. You know, this plane was advertised as being the fastest plane out there, and it's not, frankly. It can be the fastest plane in certain situations. If you go into a steep dive and you let this plane run, it can go very fast indeed. But its level flight performance is not better than a Tempest 2 or a Seafire or that kind of stuff. And you gotta use this plane in a niche use. This plane is definitely especially in realistic battle, this plane is a support plane. You gotta stay out of furballs or anything that has to do with a lot of aerial combat maneuvers, because this plane cannot handle that kind of stress. You know, this plane is made to swoop in, fire its massive guns. This plane has 3 30mm cannons and 2 20mm cannons. Fantastic firepower on this plane. You know, it could be the best in the game. I haven't checked its 1 second burst, but the 1 second burst on this plane must be fantastic. Let's see what it is. It's got 10.8 kilograms. That might well be the best in game. Anyway, but the firepower is its main strength, together with its strength in a dive. It's fast in a dive, definitely. Its energy retention is pretty good, and its acceleration in a dive is also pretty good, plus it has a good top speed in a dive. The climb rate on this plane isn't fantastic, nothing to write home about. So as a boom and zoomer, it is alright, definitely, but you gotta get the altitude first, and that is difficult. There will still be Spitfires above you, that kind of stuff. But all in all, I like this plane. I was able to perform in both modes, as you saw. Can definitely recommend it for what it can represent for you in research speed, because it has a great boost there, of course, like all premiums, to your research points. I got 15,000 on the next though, in one match, so that was great. But yeah, you definitely have to think about whether you want to be strictly in your boom and zoom role with this plane. If that's your flight style and you do that usually, then this plane might be a lot of fun for you. It is 4,800 golden eagles at the moment. It is not super expensive, at least I didn't think it was super expensive. You know, some tier 4 planes are 7,000 golden eagles, so this plane is far removed from that. And yeah, like I said, you can make it work. It is not the best plane out there. It is not the fastest plane out there, but it's definitely an enjoyable plane, and it can be good if you are disciplined in what it's good at. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hey, so I hope you enjoyed the video, that you learned something there. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video. You know, those likes really make a difference. Do leave me a comment. You know, I always look forward to the comments every day. And if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. I really love to have you aboard. Don't feel shy to leave me some comments. I always try to respond to them. So again, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.